So we're going to have Venus entering Pisces. Now, Venus has this exaltation in Pisces. Venus loves being here. Venus going to have a whole lot of pleasures and a whole lot of desires to fulfill when it enters Pisces. It's going to bring a whole lot of healing energy, a whole lot of nurturing, a whole lot of caring, a whole lot of loving, a whole lot of commitment, and a whole lot of abundance as well, which is going to basically appear to lift you wherever you have this at in your placements or in your charts or in your everyday life. Also, with this position in here, you also have Neptune and Pisces. So this is basically creating an illusion, creating a dream. And of course, how you got here was an illusion. You're also going to have Jupiter in Pisces. So Jupiter is all about abundance, expansion, growth, higher meanings, higher purposes, and of course, taking things to a higher level or a higher stage and have a whole lot of faith, hope, meanings, and of course, a real purpose towards what you're expanding on. And of course, it's going to bring experiences. So experiences is what you came here to experience. You never want to basically look down on experiences. You want to take all experiences for good things and not take them for granted. So wherever you have that at in your chart, you want to also utilize that energy, harness these energies, and everything is going to basically flow out into perspectives, depending on how much time and energy and percentage perspectives that you basically put into this. You're also going to have Mars entering Pisces soon too, whenever it gets there. But right now we're going to have Venus there. So you're gonna have all the power and all the experiences and expansions to get real deep on a deeper level when it comes to things and being sensitive and of course caring. But also watch out for the rose-colored glasses, because you can basically be putting yourself into a situation of loving and caring for the wrong people, the wrong individuals. But deep down behind closed doors, it's a whole nother purpose. It's a whole nother feeling. It's a whole nother heart. It's a whole nother sheep with wolf closings. So you're going to make sure that you are valuing the right individuals. You want to make sure that you're expanding and making dreams come true with the right individuals and not with the wrong individuals. For me, because you don't want to basically put yourself into situations or put your foot into the door of having a situationship, entanglement with somebody with the wrong person. That's gonna be a nightmare right there on Elm Street. Feel me? And these illusions can basically get real critical, get real serious. You will be placed into a situation of always wanting to get some form of revenge. But the best revenge is basically letting go and not thinking or feeling about things. That's the best revenge. That's a blessed clarity. Of course, that'll basically get you going and flowing. But with this energies of the Venus entering Pisces, this is your time to basically accumulate these and take full coverage and take full advantage of these energies. Because wherever you have Pisces at in your charts, these areas are going to grow. These areas are going to have abundance. These areas are going to expand. The dreams is going to come true. And things is going to basically manifest into your perspective. But you got to participate. You got to be in the energies. And you got to use the energies for where it has at in your placements and, of course, in your charts. Now, wherever you have Venus at in your charts, these are the areas where you're going to experience and expand with a nightmare or a dream come true. Depending on the energies, the vibrations, and of course the frequencies that you're emitting, that's going to basically come right back down on you. Now, when Venus was in Aquarius, the energy and time and speculation that you was accumulating with associations or whatever you was associating with, you're going to get the right values, the right love back. But of course, this is if you was placed into a situation of developing all this baggage, then what you basically need to do, you need to go get you a lighter, light up all that baggage, and of course, let that baggage burn. Let that baggage defrost. And what you basically need to start doing is prepping yourself and getting situated, and of course, planting the right seeds, the right mechanisms, the right framework to basically get right back with you with that teamwork with the Venus and Pisces. Venus and Pisces, we're also going to have Jupiter here, we're going to have Neptune here. So you basically need to put yourself into a situation of valuing, of expanding, and putting a whole lot of faith into towards wherever you have it at in your charts. And when you do that, everything will basically work out in your favor. Even in situations where you want to give up, even in situations where you don't want to do it, even in situations where you be like, oh man, something's not working, you gotta believe, feel me? That's the whole purpose of utilizing these energies, and this is life. And life continues, life expands. So it's time for you to expand. Now, if you have Venus and Pisces in your first house, what you basically need to do here is learn how to, this is a Pisces ascendant. So you basically are going to go through a whole lot of loopholes of trying and going through inconjunctions and misunderstandings when it comes to valuing your self-worth. But actually, you're going to have a conjunction here, being that you're the ascendant. So you're going to be basically a representation of what to do when it comes to humanitarian natures, of loving yourself, nurturing yourself, caring for yourself, and expanding what you got personally going on in your life. Whether it's a personal project, whether it's a personal gift, whether it's a personal trait, you basically need to utilize this for the best of your ability. You need to go ahead and expand this. Also, you need to put a whole lot of belief, a whole lot of illusions and dreams and faith towards your personality and what you got personally going on in your personal life. You basically need to go ahead and add that spark, that flame, because basically what's going to also help you out is when Mars get into it. Now, when Mars get into it, it's going to basically be direct and take charge towards things. So right now, everything is peachy and creachy. But when you get the Mars in that perspective, and Mars in Pisces perspective, you're going to be basically putting a whole lot of intent, passion towards wherever you got that at in your house locations. And of course, this is you basically pouring your heart out. But try not to pour too much of your heart out, because remember, you may not get that back in return. But don't worry about what's the back in return. Learn the equilibrium and balance when it comes to your personality, and of course how you personally giving off yourself when it comes to the world. And we're going to basically get down to the rest of the houses for everybody, so everybody can be good. Venus and Pisces in the second house. What you basically need to do here, you Aquarius ascendant. So you're basically going to be seeing the other sides of valuing people, places, and things in your 360. So seeing the other sides of things, of valuing things, which can be your resources, your material, your home, your car, your foundation, your money, whatever it is. You need to value that. Put faith in that. Expand that. And of course, what you basically need to do here is create some form of equilibrium and balance. Try not to overindulge into your material gains. Try not to give everybody your material, because everybody don't deserve your material. Third house, you're going to be placed into a situation of dealing with opportunities, being that you're a Capricorn ascendant. So you're going to have opportunities to learn how to put into a situation of valuing your environment, your surroundings, your friends, what you are basically committed to seeing on a day-to-day basis, whether it's short travels, trips, and things that matter. You basically are going to be placed into a situation of thinking and communicating when it comes to your environment, your surroundings, putting a whole lot of faith, belief, and of course a whole lot of expansion and growth in that area when it comes to the things that's around you. So whatever's around you, that brings appreciation, motivation, whether it can be friends, siblings, or anybody of that spectrum, that nature. You basically need to go ahead and grow with them. For me, it's spring season, so there's no excuses. You're gonna have a learning experiences. Also, fourth house, you are gonna be going to some. You're gonna have a conflict perspective right here. For me, you're gonna be going to some learning experiences. So you need to learn how to put yourself into a situation of valuing your home, your family, expanding how you feel when it comes to your home and your family, putting yourself into a situation of putting a whole lot of faith, belief, and of course illusions when it comes to your home and family, making sure that you're basically creating that spark, that area where you can basically create some harmonization in that area, no matter what the situation is, no matter if it's long distance travels, whether it's with a person, a place, or anything. Utilize your home as its transit pursues, and of course you get to basically get the right backlash when Venus get into Aries, which should basically be your fifth house. Now, if you got Venus and Pisces in your sixth house, you basically need to go ahead and have the best value and routine when it comes to your duties, your responsibilities, your goals, your co-workers, and shit like that. For me, show a different side. For me, or utilize a different side, and of course show some form of appreciation and value towards what you do on a day-to-day basis. And the people, places, and things that you can resonate with, feel me, add a little bit of love and nurture and caring for them. Feel me, look out for them in that spectrum too. Also, you're a Libra as ascendant, so you're going to overindulge into your work endeavors. You're going to overindulge into your love matters. You may basically get lost, so try not to get lost. Create some form of equilibrium and balance when it comes to work and working and doing things on a day-to-day basis. So you're going to go through some ups and downs. You're going to go through some exaltation, but you're going to be basically going through some conjunction energies, misunderstandings when it comes to your work or your health issues and shit. Try to be aware of that. Try not to over-worry about the wrong things and everything, and basically accumulate your spectrum. Venus and Pisces in the seventh house now is exalted here, but also you need to place yourself into a situation of utilizing the opposites, because you're a Virgo ascendant, so you're going to be basically getting hit with opposites. Now, these can be good opposites or bad opposites, but you got to learn how to cope with the energies and use them as your advantages. So you're going to be basically getting hit with the 180 angle. Now, but in this spectrum right here, you need to put a whole lot of faith, belief, and towards your relationships and how you relate with others. Also, you basically, what you need to do in this situation, you need to value relationships. Add a little bit of romance with it. Try not to be too workaholic and practical with it. For me, try to loosen up a little bit. And of course, you'll be right in the spectrum. Put a whole lot of faith and illusion in your relationship, and you'll be alright. Now, eighth house, you basically need to go ahead and expand your sexual desires, expand your sexual illusions, and value your whole lot of sexual desires and sexual pleasures. And of course, your deep intimacy when it comes to situations of people, places, and things that you are committed to. Now, also, your ninth house, you're going to be placed into a situation of basically valuing and expanding your morals, your beliefs, your moralities, and of course experiences and traveling. Of course, taking a whole lot of faith, belief towards getting to point A to point B. You may not have the money to get to a certain location, but how to have some faith and belief in that shit. You never know how that shit will come to you. 10th house, you need to put a whole lot of faith, belief, and of course a whole lot of illusion towards your status, your career, your goals, your responsibilities, and what you're broadcasting. Put a whole lot of faith into that shit. Put a whole lot of belief into that shit. Make sure you're doing that shit every day. Consistency is key. The moon's still waxing, so you can utilize some of that energy, and of course it'll basically get you into the right spectrum. Now, if you got this in your 11th house, you basically need to put a whole lot of faith, illusion, imagination, and a whole lot of faith towards expanding your associations, expanding what you associate yourself with, expanding your networking skills, expanding your humanitarian skills, expanding your social squares or your social circles. For me, make sure you got the right individuals in that area too, and try not to put too much illusion into that area too, because you might basically be around a whole lot of weak motherfuckers, not some strong motherfuckers. And last but not motherfucking least, when you got Venus and Pisces in your 12th house, you need to put a whole lot of, well, you're gonna have the power here. You have a whole lot of power because it fucks with this 12th house. So you're going to be basically suitable to home perspectives when it comes to your behind the scenes, your subconscious. Put a whole lot of faith and belief in your subconscious, on the inner world, on your inside. Go spend a whole lot of time behind the scenes, reflecting. And of course, you'll receive the right answers. Make sure you have some form of clarity going on. Make sure you have some form of illusion going on when it comes to your meditation, when it comes to what you're doing behind closed doors and shit. Feel me? Because it's also basically dealing with a feminist house right here. So basically, if anything with feminine, try not to disclose too much, feel me? But you still got to utilize a little bit of the other side of the feminine, which is going to basically be Virgo, where you can basically bring a whole lot of practicality into it, a whole lot of stepping stools into it, a whole lot of right stones with it. Everything will basically flow into your spectrum, and everything in your speculation, wherever you got Pisces at in your house, will expand if you put in the work.